Hey everybody, Travis here again, coming at you with a full review this time of one of my favorite knives is the Reate Knives K-1. You know, when I first saw this knife online, I was a little unsure about the overall blade shape of it. There was a lot of belly and it was very attractive, but like I said, I was just a little unsure of it. Um, After seeing it in person and getting one in hand, all those secondary weird thoughts just went right out the window. Um, it was just great in hand, and the blade shape is really nice. Ends up being very thin near the tip, yet pretty robust. And when you feel it in hand, just changed my whole mind about the knife. My first impressions were, wow, it's light. Because it is a pretty large knife. The K1. Most Reate knives are semi-large. It's a 3.8-inch blade, and for a size comparison, here's a Spyderco military. So as you can see, it's pretty large knife, and I like large knives. If you know me or seen any other my videos, I tend to say, yeah, I like larger knives, and so when I felt the K1, it did remind me of the military, being very thin, very sharp point. This knife is really a slicer, this K1, just like the military. And so when I got the K1 in hand, it just completely changed my mind of what I initially thought about all that belly and all that lower grind. Makes it a great slicer. And when I felt it in hand, like I said, the first impression was, wow, this thing's light. It's just maybe 4.8 ounces. It's just a hair under 5. Once again, we have the Reate Knives knife. So, titanium pivot, titanium screws, titanium backspacer, titanium clip. And then on this knife, we have the ceramic ball there on the clip. Makes it easy in and out of the pocket. And it looks cool. Beyond that, you have ceramic bearings down in the pivot, just making it super smooth. The K series all has ceramic bearings down in here, and the K series just all being super smooth knives. Almost all of them are drop close and pretty much perfectly centered. Once again, just centering on one of them. The fit and finish of these Reate knives, it's just incredible. I've had a lot of knives in my hand, and they're almost the consistency of these knives is just, it speaks for itself. I've handled a lot of the Reate knives at this point, and lock up. There's never blade play. I haven't felt one with blade play yet. almost all centered, and the K series is just super smooth. So yeah, I picked up this K1 because once again I like the blue titanium and the stone wash finish. You can see these polished edges here on the titanium, kind of a highlight from a distance. See the little lanyard hole there. When you take it out of your pocket, you can hear that, and it's a nice sound. Anytime you hear the titanium, it's always a nice sound. So I had this knife as a user, realized what a great slicer it is, that it's just perfect in hand. And I picked up the second one. These materials here were like dream materials to me at one point. You know, I always wanted a knife with marble carbon fiber and all titanium with the M390 blade. And there it was in all reality in person. So yeah, I had to have this when I saw it. And once again, super light. The way they've contoured this K1 just makes it kind of disappear into your hand with almost no hot spots at all. It's really one of the most comfortable knives I've had. I've had a lot of knives. One thing they do here on the K1, if I had a better camera, it'd be a little easier to see. But the back of this spine is crowned. It's just super smooth. It's not sharp at all. You can see I guess you could call it jimping. It's more of just a aesthetic little 4 lines. But we could call it jimping for a moment. The jimping on this is basically for looks. There's no jimping anywhere else on the knife, or no traction, but the balance and the center point with your finger right here is really excellent. So I did not expect to have the knife feel so good in hand, and didn't expect to really want one or end up having 2 of them. There's a difference in these blades, and I think you've probably noticed it at this point, or maybe heard about it before. This one being the hand rubbed blade, you can see it's been hand rubbed from the factory, how all the lines go horizontally or lengthways on the blade, as opposed to this K1 with the same M390 blade, but it's the satin finish, so you can see the grind lines. People have preferences, whether they want that satin finish with the grind lines or the hand rub blade. I don't even know what they call this this blade shape. I just call it really cool. And it's got that slight harpoon tip. But it's just, I probably said it 10 times already, and I might say it 10 more times before we're done. It's super comfortable in hand. And So I ended up with two of them. You know, these come in a few different versions. They originally came in RWL 34. You can also get the Mokutai inlay. You can also get a Damascus steel blade. And I do have one here with the Damascus steel blade just to show you guys, let you see one. There's one there. So same same knife, just they have some different options. I don't have any here tonight with the Damascus steel. With the Mokutai insert, but there's one of the Damascus steel blades. So yeah, the K1 is just once again blown my mind. Maybe my mind is easy to blow, I'm not sure, but many of the Reate knives have blown my mind once I get them in hand. You know, you see them online, you think, oh, well, that's interesting. You know, how does it feel in person? That's my biggest thing. How does it feel? How's the fit and finish? And that's what ends up blowing my mind is the fit and finish, the feel of these knives in person. There's another one you could look at, and it's just perfectly centered. I haven't said much negative about these knives. The only negative thing I could think of is, I guess there's been a couple with some imperfections on the carbon fiber on the clip side. This one has tiniest imperfection right here on the carbon fiber. Didn't bother me one bit. This is my personal knife, and it didn't bother me one bit, really. I guess I wish it wasn't there, but otherwise, someone else had mentioned that to me, and that's why I bring it up, because I've rarely seen any imperfection on a Reate knife ever. So, he did. One of my friends pointed out that he's seen online some other people talking about the imperfections, and I'll go ahead and just say yes. Even on this one, there is one tiny spot, but this one I saw really nothing to speak of. So I'm just bringing that up because other people have brought it up to me. Well, that's my full review for the Reate K-1, and I think you guys already know. Along with the new K-1 series, you do get full zipper bag. It's all padded. You get a cleaning cloth, and you get a knife bag, and you get some extra hardware. It's in there somewhere. You also get some extra hardware. So you get the full package when you get the Reate knife. Perfect fit and finish, and extra hardware and bag to go with it. Thanks for joining me tonight. Hope I didn't take this one too long. I really like the K-1. So we'll see you next time.